Can you just confirm if I'm properly audible?
Yes, Sister, you're audible.
Okay, thank you very much. Brother, also, could you please share the screen for me, for us?
Yeah, just
Yeah, thank you so much. So, we have started reading the Avyakta Murli of 12th December 1984 yesterday, and the heading is The Duty of Special Souls, wherein yesterday we saw how Bap Dada wants us to fulfill our duties. Being the bestower of happiness, we need to fulfill our duties of sharing or spreading the happiness or giving the powers to all the souls of the world who do not have those powers, who are in the pain of their past karma, their present relationship problems, health problems. So there are different kinds of pains, and they are not able to heal themselves because they do not have the powers. And being the children of the comforter of hearts, or being the children of the bestower of happiness, we are also the embodiments of happiness, and we need to give that happiness or share the powers for those souls. So Baba asked, do you have all the powers completely and full all the time? Because if we have all the powers in us, in ourselves, or if we have all the treasures full, completely fulfilled every time, only then we will be able to share those powers for them. And that is the main sign of becoming the king into the future golden age, because the king is responsible for all his subjects. So the king needs to be fulfilled all the times with all the treasures. So we need to attain that stage here into the confluence age. Only then we will be able to become the king in a real sense into the golden age. Also, Baba said that we need to share the powers for them, because the powers they were having during the Dwapar Yug, or when they were in the Rajoguni stage in Dwapar Yug, the world was having somewhat power of the devotion, which is now completely gone. Now the devotion also do not have that power. So they are only having the hope of they will get fruits of their devotion, but they are not getting any fruits. But like Baba said, you all are completely fulfilled, and you are being Raj Yogi, you have all the powers. So you need to share it for them and credit their accounts. Baba has given different analogies, wherein one was regarding the accounts, where Baba said that you need to credit their accounts with all the happiness that you have, the abandon, and make them feel it, so they will be able to come out of their debts of all the pains that they're suffering from many births. So in different ways with different analogy, Baba just explain us how we will be able to give them the powers and make them Rajyogi just like us. Now we will continue with the discussions of Babdada with different groups. The first group where Baba is having discussion with, does each one of you constantly experience yourself to be a soul stable on the seat of a detached observer? So Baba is asking, are you experiencing yourself that you are sitting on the seat of a detached observer? The stage of a detached observer is the most elevated and best seat. Doing and seeing everything whilst seated on this seat is a great pleasure. When a seat is good, you enjoy sitting on it. If a seat isn't good, you don't enjoy sitting on it. This seat of a detached observer is the most elevated seat. Do you always remain on this seat? In the world, they run around chasing after a seat. In the world, in Sakar, in Lokik world, people are running around chasing after a seat. They want to have any specific seat. There could be different seats, seats of power, seats of position, seats into the corporate offices, seats into political field. So they are running after different seats. Now Baba is saying, you have received such a good seat. No one can move you from this seat. Those people are afraid that although they have a seat today, they won't have it tomorrow. So they are sitting on their seat with the fear of losing it into the future, because there are different ways that people want to pull them away from that seat. But this seat of detached observer, Baba is saying, no one can ever move you from this seat. Those people are afraid that although they have a seat today, they won't have it tomorrow. You have an imperishable seat, and so you you can sit on it without any fear, because it's an imperishable seat and no one can move you from here. So you can sit on this seat without any fear. So, do you constantly remain on the seat of a detached observer? Those who get upset cannot be set. So, who get upset, Baba saying they cannot set themselves on this seat permanently. Constantly stay set on this seat. This is such a comfortable seat that you can see and experience whatever you want by sitting on it, because it's a detached observer seat. You are not getting entangled with the energies around you. You are not getting sucked into the negativity around you from the different souls or different situations. So you can, because you are sitting on this detached observer's seat, so Baba says you can experience whatever you want at any point of time, because you're not into the situation or into the negativity around, but you are on the top level. You're sitting in such a seat that you can see everything as a trustee, and you will be able to experience happiness, peace, even if you are actually into the chaotic situation, because you're not getting mentally, emotionally, you're not getting entangled with the situations, because Baba has given the best seat to experience peace whenever you want. Now, second group, do you consider yourselves to be special souls who are a handful out of multi millions in the whole world, and the lucky few out of that handful? Like in Hindi, Baba says, "Koto mein koi or koi mein bhi koi." So, do you consider yourself that lucky souls or that special souls? The praise that only a handful out of multi millions belonged belong to the Father applies to you. Do you constantly have this happiness that you are belonging to Father, and out of multi millions, only you few special souls are praised with this, that you are belong to the Father? So Baba is asking, do you constantly have this happiness? Many souls of the world are making effort to find the Father, whereas you have found him. To belong to the Father means to attain Him. The world is searching for Him, and you now belong to Him. There is a huge difference between the attainment of the path of the devotion and that of the path of knowledge. Knowledge is a study. Devotion is not a study. It is spiritual temporary entertainment. Devotion is spiritual temporary entertainment, whereas knowledge is the means for permanent attainment. This is the difference. Devotion is temporary entertainment, and the knowledge is means of the permanent attainment. Therefore, always stay in this awareness and make others powerful. The things you never ever imagined you have attained in a practical way. The father took him the father took his children from every corner and made them belong to him. This is also, like we discussed so many times previously, that this is also uh, a special blessing of Baba, that out of so many multi-million souls, he chooses us. And like here Baba mentioned that Baba has took children from every corner of the world and made them belong to him. So we are those lucky souls. Therefore, stay in this happiness. Therefore, Baba says, always stay into this happiness and into this thought that we are those lucky souls, those special souls. Now, the third group, do all of you experience yourselves to be belonging to the one Father and follow the direction of one? Do you remain stable in this stage constantly? So we are in this stage, we are working on ourselves, but Baba is specifically, because in every group discussion Baba specifically mentioning constantly being in the stage, so that consistency, that is going to work and that is going to give the fruits of our purushart. So here again Baba says, do you remain stable in this stage constantly? When you have just the one Father, when you don't have anyone else, your stage easily becomes constant. Do you experience this? When you don't have anyone else, where would your intellect go? If you do not have anyone else into your mind, your intellect is not going to go scattered, or it's not going to go wander around for anyone else. So Baba is saying, if it is only Baba into your intellect, where your intellect is going to go? There is no margin for your intellect to go anywhere else. There is just the one. Where there are two or four things, there is some margin for you to think about. When you have multiple things into your mind, when you have different souls on your mind, there is margin for you to think about them or the situation or other people. But when you have only Baba on your mind, there is no margin left. So when there is just the one path, where will you go? So here the easy way to show the path is to belong to the one Father, to have one direction, a constant stage, and the one family. Therefore, constantly remember the one, and you will become number one. All you have to do is know the account of one, no matter where you stay. When you have the remembrance of the one, you are always with him. No matter where you stay, you could be anywhere in the world, you could be at any point of time, at in any situation, in any environment. But Baba says, wherever you are, internalize and always remember that you are with the one. Always have the remembrance of the one. No matter where you stay, when you have the remembrance of the one, you are always with him, not far away. When you have the Father's company, You cannot have the company of Maya. So when you always have Father's company, Maya will never dare to come near you. It is when you move away from the Father that Maya comes. Sometimes Baba says that you children, I am always holding your hands, but you children, take your hands out of my grasp and you wander here and there, and therefore Maya attacks you. So never leave or never leave Baba from the remembrance. So when you are always into the company of Baba, Maya will never come near you. It is when you move away from the Father that Maya comes. She doesn't come just like that. Don't move away and then Maya won't come. There is importance in just the one. Now, Babdada meeting with half Kumar, like Adhar Kumar. Whilst living at home with your families, do you always have an alaukic attitude? Does each of you experience yourself to be beyond the life of a householder and always living as a trustee? So Baba is asking to Adhar Kumar, are you considering your family as yours or the life of the or experiencing the life of the householders, or are you always living as a trustee, as if you are just the caretaker of the family, of your children, your spouse, your family members, but everything is belongs to Baba? That is what a trustee mindset. So do you have that trustee mindset, or are you considering everything is yours? A trustee means to be constantly happy, whereas a householder means to be constantly unhappy. Because when things are mine, I am responsible for everything. And when I am responsible, that means I need to take care. And then burdens and bondages are, are creating my thoughts. And because of those burdens, those responsibilities, those kind of thoughts, I cannot become happy all the time. So if I'm a trustee, I'll be constantly happy. If I'm considering myself as a householder, I will be constantly unhappy. Baba has specifically mentioned here again, constantly unhappy, which means it's not that you will be happy for some time and will be into sorrow for some time, but all the time you will be unhappy if you are considering yourself as a householder, because something or other is going to be there on your mind. So Baba is asking, who are you? Always happy? You have now left the world of sorrow. You have come away from that. You are now in the confluence aged world of happiness. You are those with alaukic households, not laukic households. Let there also be an alaukic attitude and alaukic vision between yourselves. So even if living in your laukic household, always have this attitude and this mindset that you are into the alaukic family and everyone is belongs to Baba. So Baba will take care of everything. So I am becoming trustee, and if I am trustee, I'll be able to happy constantly. The sign of being a trustee is to be constantly detached and loving to the Father. If you are not loving and detached, you are not a trustee. A householder life means to have a life of bondage. Grahasti means to have a life of bondage. A trustee life means to be free from all bondages. Because when you're trustee, nothing belongs to you, and you do not need to. You just need to take care as a trustee, but you do not need to uh, get entangled with the energies and their emotions, because if you are trustee, then Baba become responsible for everything, and then you will be free from all the bondages. By becoming a trustee, all your bondages easily end. When you are free from bondage, you are constantly happy. Waves of sorrow cannot come to such souls. If you have the thought, this is my home, my family, my work, that awareness then invites Maya. Because when it's me, it's my, I am not that powerful to take care in a right way. I'm having my weaknesses because I'm working on myself. I, the soul, working on my flaws. So if I'm having such weaknesses or I'm having such complex, such uh, different kind of mindsets, because of considering everything is mine, so naturally I'm going to go into the wave of sorrows. I cannot stay happy. So if you have the thought, this is my home, my family, my work, that awareness then invites Maya. Therefore, change mine into yours. When you say yours, sorrow ends. Yours means specifically to Bab Dada. Everything is Bab Dada, is belongs to Bab Dada. Everything and everyone. So, मेरे से तेरे में परिवर्तन. To say mine means to become confused. To say yours means to stay in pleasure. If you don't stay in pleasure now, then when would you stay in pleasure? The confluence age is the age of pleasure. Therefore, always stay in the pleasure. Let there be no West, even in your dreams or thoughts. Not a single West in your dreams or thoughts. Only then you will be able to enjoy the pleasure of confluence age. You have been wasting everything for half the cycle, 2500 years. You have been wasting on everything, almost everything. Time, energy, you're wasting everything for unimportant things. Now, Baba is saying the time for wasting is now over. Now you do not have any extra time to waste. It is now the time to earn an income. To the extent that you are powerful, you will accordingly be able to accumulate. Accumulate so much that you will be able to eat comfortably from that for 21 births. So we need to accumulate for next 21 births. Have so much stock that you also become able to give to others, not just to eat for yourself, but also to give to others, because you are children of the bestowers. To the extent that you have accumulated, accordingly, you will definitely have that much happiness. Always stay lost in the love of belonging to the one Father and none other. Where there is love, no obstacles can remain. So always try to be to lost into the love of one, the one Father. Where there is love, no obstacles can remain. When there is the day, it isn't the night. And when it is the night, it isn't the day. So day and night cannot coexist. It's either day or night. It can be only one thing at a time. So if you're in love, you are absolutely out of obstacles. And if you're not in the love, not in the remembrance, you're facing obstacles. So it is the same with love and obstacles. Love is so powerful that it burns away obstacles. You are souls who have such love that you are free from obstacles. No matter how big an obstacle may be, even if Maya comes as an obstacle, those who have love overcome that obstacle as easily as pulling a hair out of butter. जिसे हिंदी में कहते हैं मक्खन मक्खन से बाल निकालना. In that easiest way, you will be able to overcome the obstacles if you're constantly into the love of Baba. Love enables you to experience all attainments. Where the Father is, there is definitely attainment. The Father's treasures are the children's treasures. Now, Bab Dada is meeting with mothers. You are the Shakti army, are you not? You mothers, you mothers have become world mothers. You are no longer limited mothers. Always consider yourselves to be world mothers. You are not those who are trapped in limited households. You are those who stay constantly happy doing unlimited service. So, Baba is saying you're not trapped into limited, just my family or my children, but you are the constantly happy mothers who are doing unlimited service. The Father has given you such an elevated status. He has changed you from being maids to being the crown on his head. Wah, my elevated fortune. That's all. Simply continue to sing this song. Wah, my elevated fortune. Wah, mera bhagya, wah. That's all. Simply continue to sing this song. This is the only work that the Father has given to you mothers. Because you mothers have become tired from wandering around so much, seeing the tiredness of the mothers. The Father has come to free you from that tiredness, because mothers are doing so many things all the time, taking care of families, taking care of children, everything. So they have become tired for so many births. They are doing these things. So now Baba has come to get rid of the tiredness for them. The Father has come to free you from that tiredness. He finished the tiredness of 63 births in one birth. He finished it in a second. You belonged to the Father and your tiredness ended. Mothers like to swing and make others swing. So the Father has given you mothers the swing of happiness. खुशियों के झूले में झूलते रहो. There's only one task that they have, that remember Baba, and they will be always on unlimited services and they will be happy, and their tiredness will also be eradicated. So the Father has given you mothers the swing of happiness and supersensuous joy, ati indriya sukh, the swing of happiness and supersensuous joy. Continue to swing in those swings. You have become constantly happy and fortunate by having the husband. So you are not widows. You are having the husband who is immortal. So you can never be widows. You have become the immortal children of the immortal Father. Bap Dada is also pleased to see the children. Acha, Om Shanti. So we are done with the complete Murli. Now we will take 2 minutes of silence and then we will share our thoughts. Thank you. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Yes, we can start sharing now. Baba had emphasized on one word: constantly happy, constantly in the remembrance. So, consistency is the word that Baba is emphasizing on while talking all the groups. Yes, sister.
Om Shanti.
Om
Koto
Shanti.
me. I always love this koto me koi me koi. And
Yes.
more than English, I like it in Hindi because in English I find it's something handful and lucky out like
Mhm.
fingers of the hand. But and every time I've seen when Baba starts the Murli, the Swaman he gives and he runs to that Murli. Like in this Murli, he said, "You're happy hearted." Why? Because he wanted us to remove the pain from all the hearts of all the children, the different kind of pains he had. And day before
Mhm.
yesterday, he said, "You're special souls because you have special role to relieve them, liberate them from that long-standing karma." And he has also given us a stage. And I think that stage, if you sit, it's like sitting and eating popcorn and watching your nice serial on TV, detached observer. I
Yes.
always say a detached observer means I have a hand of popcorn in me and I'm watching a nice serial. The
Mhm.
best part, what I like, is this one account of one. I remember 3 months back, I don't know when it was, when Mohini Didi, I think it was one introduction of one father, one path will make all wandering of souls stop at one shop. This was
Mhm.
what. So I love this account of one which Baba always says, one God. And years back, there was the song, one God, one world,
One
family.
world family. Yeah.
एक परिवार है. I don't something एक पिता के हम बच्चे हैं. When that concept came, we as Brahma Kumaris felt the whole world belongs to God. It is not just you and I who belong to God. Everyone belongs until that last child in the world is liberated, relieved from death. Shiv Baba will not come down. He wants every child, and he glorifies us because we are the ones who are doing it. Baba himself, see, for Shiv Baba himself to come and tell this, he took the body of Brahma. Now, to get this done, we become Brahma's arms and we bring all these children here. So I like this one God, one world, one family, one direction, one equation, then one strength, one support, one thing. So when the direction and all come, no account of one, when Baba says, from I think 1 or 2 weeks back, there was a Murli of the account of one. So I think
Mhm.
what else we need? Only one means it's easy to tie your thread. If there are too many people, means you can't hold. But एक ही है तो you can nicely go and cling to him and do him. I think I love this importance of just none but one. Om
One.
Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister. Thank you for putting all these things together. Yes. Anyone else?
Yeah, Om Shanti. So
Yes, brother.
Baba, so I like when Baba spoke to the other Kumars, half Kumars, so Baba asked them to, see yourself as a trustee, right, and constantly have that happy stage, right? When you consider yourself to be a householder, that means you become unhappy, right? Sorrow comes, all that problem comes. So Baba
Mhm.
trying to put that, change the vision, Laukik to Alaukik. And when you change that vision, then, your attitude also changes, Laukik. First is attitude and then the vision. So Laukik to Alaukik. So when we say that it is mine, right? So mine, my family, my work, and so on. So that's when Maya comes. So we have to say everything is yours. So I'm just a trustee who's instrument to um, look after the family. So there, when we transfer that, mind to yours, then all the problem ends. So we start experiencing pleasure. So the having the attitude of trusting, that's really just a small shift happens at the conscious level, which doing a lot of wonders. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, brother. Om Shanti. Yes, anyone else? I remember once into Madhuban when Dadi Prakashmani ji was there. And this particular point that I'm saying is regarding becoming trustee, because the level of trustee, even after handling or managing or becoming the administrative head, Dadiji was having all of the Dadijis, but specifically with Prakashmani Dadiji, because there was one incident I remember that one of the in the Madhuban into the season of Bab Dada meeting. Uh, one of the state secretary at that time, she just said on the stage, and she asked Dadi to request everyone not to waste the food, because we see that it is happening somehow on the mass scale. So that teacher was asking Dadiji to request from the stage to everyone not to waste the food. So it seems yes, definitely it's an important thing, but the way of trustiness, the thought process that Dadiji was having, the sentence Dadiji said at that time was really like an eye opener. That on uh, personal front, I have to take care of everything. I need to work properly, but how others are gonna do things, I even if I want to, I cannot make them, do things in that way. But I can only have the good wishes for them. And the sentence Dadi said, I'm going to say it as it is into Hindi. Dadi said, "कोई बात नहीं बहन, किसी का पैसा ही बाबा के यज्ञ में ऐसा आता होगा जो कचरे में ही जाने के लायक होगा." So the form of trustiness, becoming administrative head, she definitely have responsibility to take care, and definitely she was the one who was telling all these things to the surrender sisters, brothers over there into their meetings. But on mass scale, just to stop the thought process of others, that because it was announced by the stage, so everyone is going to think on that, and everyone is going to create multiple thoughts at that time, which is going to create the wasteful energy into the diamond hall throughout for every soul. So she just put a full stop to that thought in such a way that I would definitely believe that everyone has stopped thinking right there. Like I said, on personal front, everyone need to take care for themselves, that how much I'm wasting or I shouldn't waste anything. On personal front, that's my responsibility. But on mass scale, if I'm creeping over on such kind of thoughts, I'm already creating that environment, that negative environment. And that was done very softly and very in proper way by Dadiji, by just saying this sentence, and everyone was just stopped thinking. Not a single sentence was said by the state secretary sister after that when Dadi said this sentence. So the level of trustee, that yes, it is Baba's yajna and Baba will definitely take care of everything. We just need to take care how we are supposed to respond or react or do our duties. So the level of trustee was, I mean, it is at some higher stage, some different elevated stage. That's how these, and that is the reason we have seen all dadis who have become the administrative heads and who are now handling even our center in charge as well, sisters or whatever. I mean, in different centers, all the in charge, they are also having this kind of trustiness. So it is Baba's yajna. Baba is going to take care. So we don't need to think on that. We just need to think how we are going to help or how we are going to work. But we also need to have the blessings or good wishes for those souls who are knowingly, unknowingly doing such things. But the way she put it was really brilliant. And that really put a complete full stop to the thought process that was happening at that time. So this is how trustee should be. That was a very, it was life example how a trustee should be. That you're taking care of everything, but you're not getting attached to things in this way. So that was, I just remembered with this point, because here Baba said that even in single household, we are, getting attached. This is my family, my children, how they're going to do, they shouldn't do this, that. Yes, taking care and being a little disciplined is different, but continuously thinking or, creating that negative environment in thought process, that needs to be something we need to work on. And that was a very nice example. I just remembered how Dadi handled that situation.
Yes, Yogita Ben, what you said, I remember, because in 90s I used to be very close to Dadi, and you know what she used to do? That Panda Bhavan Angan, there is a
Hmm.
place there next to Nirvairbhai's office. She used to sit there in a chair with her hair pulled out after she has had
Yeah,
a
you're sitting there.
and wo nikal, wo niche kya hai, wo nikal. You know, she used to tell somebody there like that. And as you rightly said, her first sentence, whenever there was a complaint, she'll say, koi baat nahi, koi baat
Hmm.
nahi. That was, she will never go and say, why did you do this? Koi baat nahi. See, just because she was, we used to call her economy dadi. But just
Hmm.
because like that, that doesn't mean she never used to spend. I used to see when she used to take the double foreigners for a picnic and all, the amount of food, the amount of pampering she used to give, and the amount of something I don't know how to tell you, like that generous are. Yes, that, and there's
Yes,
so many. You have given one instance because your memory is very sharp. Uh, there are so many instances one can do. And even today in this Murli, I just wanted to ask you. See, Baba calls these other Kumars, but he never
hmm,
calls mothers as other Kumari. He calls us as Shaktis. I always
hmm.
like one thing. No, he calls very nicely, and I have asked this once in when Sheelu Ben was then. I have asked her. She said, "You should be proud. He's calling you." So even though we should have no gender, that we are Pandavas or Shaktis, see, being a feminine yourself, it makes us proud. The thing which
Exactly.
Baba takes on Shakti army. And the way Baba says about Maya, remember in day before yesterday, Murli, what was Maya's favorite food? Kumars. She loves Kumars, so she loves unka both favorite food है Kumars. But
Hmm.
Shaktis she cannot touch.
Yeah,
Shaktis is
exactly.
something Baba always says he's got such high hope. So even today when I read that other Kumar, I just wanted to say he takes as a Rania hai, because he knows, one family, one woman, if she changes, a nation can be changed. That's why Baba touches
Exactly.
upon the mothers. That's why Brahma Baba gave everything to the sisters and mothers. He knows
Hmm.
that's how the yajna can succeed. Om
क्योंकि
Shanti.
गायन भी तो माताओं का है ना, देवी का जो वर्णन किया है भक्ति में भी, डिवोशन में भी, दैट इज आल्सो फॉर माता, which is it could or it could be Kumari. That is because all the different forms of Shakti that we are seeing into the Shera, there are different forms from Kumari to Adhar Kumari. All forms are there. So in every form she is being worshipped or prayed in a Shakti form. That is why Baba always calls mothers as Shakti. He very rarely he said it's this word of Adhar Kumari. I also haven't. I don't remember. I have ever heard this. It must be somewhere at least once, but most of time he always called mothers as Shakti. So yes, that's a special
So
love
all
for
can say
us.
today Vande Mataram instead of Om Shanti.
Exactly. But yeah, right. Yes, any other thought from anyone else?
The trustee thing, just adding on.
Sure.
So when we think it is mind, right, and then there is a lot of emotion can come in, attachment can also come in, right? Because when there is a situation, when you consider that it is mine, then our mind is, overwhelmed by the emotion, especially when there is any bad situation happens within the family. So
Yeah.
when we consider ourselves to be a trustee, then it gives us a space for us to stay a little detached and then observe, and then not to, not to be bound by emotion, but be a strong person, and then do what can be done. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
so that space we will get, right? So
Very true.
we will also get that inner peace. I mean, you will be comfortable to handle the situation. When you say it is mine, then you are you are actually ruined by the emotion that is
Exactly.
created. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. You're getting sucked into emotion, and into the situation, then you will not be able to create that thought of detached observer. I also feel sometimes that every time, whenever in any situation, whenever we come across any situation where we need to take a decision, it could be a small decision of creating a right thought, or it could be a big decision of doing anything on external level. I mean, any decision of life, or your paths, what you are going to select. So it could be any kind of decision. But even if we say drama is fixed, I always think that drama always gives you that 1 second to decide at that moment, that where you want to go, what you want to choose out of the two things. And in that scene as well, in that moment as well, we need this particular stage of detached observer, because like you rightly said, if we get into the emotion, we might not be able to choose the right option, or we might not be able to make a right decision. So that this stage of detached observer, this actually gives few seconds for us to pause and think over it and take a right decision, because that time drama always gives us that 1 2 seconds to decide what you are actually going to do when you're going to decide anything. Like I said, it could be a simple decision of creating a right thought, or it could be any other decision. But when we practice this detached observer, we will be able to stay a little 2 step backs, pause, and then we can decide. So this also helps, this stage also helps to take the right decision at right time. That was another thought
Basically
I
going,
just
yeah.
was thinking about. Yeah.
Yeah, basically going beyond that attachment, right? And then
Exactly.
another thing is the ego. Let's say if I'm a rich person, or I have so much of money or possession or something, then that will also create a lot of ego, right? And greed and all that, right? So when I consider myself to be a trustee, then I know that, okay, this is all for just a short time, temporary period. So that ego also eventually goes out, right?
Yes.
Ends.
Yes, definitely.
A lot of benefit considering the self
Obviously.
to be
Hmm.
trustees.
Right. Becoming trustee or becoming the detached observer. Exactly. Yeah. There is one.
Yogita Ben,
Yes, sister.
I think as you were saying, detached observer, now from yesterday they have started this homework for July and all. And today's it was being Trikaldarshi is one of the step of being knowledgeful. Like the week they said, my Gyani tu Atma. That was for the week, this homework which they have started for July. And there it is very clearly given. Once if I sit on the seat of a detached observer, for that I have to have the awareness my Gyani to Atma. So I think
Yes.
knowledgeful and being Trikaldarshi is also I very relaxed and sit and observe. I was just, these were the 2 points which came up yesterday and today in that homework which they have started for July.
Is this specifically, is this homework in, we are getting the, is this with this digital seva group are you talking about?
No, no, it's given everywhere. No, it doesn't come with the
It's
Murli.
a different,
Something
okay,
I don't,
okay.
what is it called? Homework, it
Mhm.
comes. And there, the for 4 saptas, still Didi Manmohini. So the first one,
that's what I'm saying. Exactly. This is for this month is for that. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Now
But
I got your
when
point.
he said that this, the Trikaldarshi, see,
Yes.
what was, what is. So you're relaxed. जो होने वाला है वो भी मालूम है. So that also helps in being a detached observer. I just
Yes.
took it like that.
Yeah, right. Yes, we have one more point into the chat mentioned by Radhamani's sister. The confluence age is the age of pleasure. Stay in that pleasure. Mine means to become confused, and yours means to stay in the pleasure. So mothers are not limited mothers; they are world mothers. The crown of father's head. These two, three main points are shared by Radhamani sister in chat. Thank you, sister. Yes, we are the crown of father's head. That's a special place for us. And not just being mothers to us, it is for all souls, basically, because soul, like Girja Ben rightly said, soul do not have any gender bias. So we all can consider ourselves as mothers and the crown of the father's head. Yes, any other point from anyone? Or if we do not have, we can sit into meditation for 2-3 minutes and we can wrap for the day. One last point that I really find in today's Murli, that is everywhere Baba specifically mentioned constantly. Constantly happy, constantly belonging to one, constantly remembering. So consistency is the key of attaining things. So we just need to be consistent in what we are doing, and then we will definitely attain, or we will achieve. Baba always, yeah, Sada Baba always says this, that बहुत काल का पुरुषार्थ. So we need to be that consistent. Okay, so now we'll start with meditation for 2 minutes. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, sister. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a beautiful day.
Om Shanti.